All right, family. Black Power. Black Power is the truth hour with General Sarah Soon said he kicked back. Get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepting members to not only the Sarah Soon Seti YouTube page, but the General Seti YouTube page, two dynamic powerhouse institutions on YouTube, giving you nothing but black power, black divinity. I want you to subscribe immediately. I want you to become a member. The link for the memberships right down in the video description is in the chat. All you have to do, just click it. You get a video introduction, rundown on the memberships, what they entail. You see one you like, you should most definitely join. Even if you don't, I appreciate your presence here at the Sarah Soon Seti General Seti YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. That's right, family. The General got a new website up on Teachable, uploading a lot of dynamic curriculums, powerhouse programs, certificate courses. First one up, 25 Steps to the Redemption of Definitive Black Manhood, designed by the General strictly for the brothers. It's an amazing, amazing course. You can get a preview just by clicking the link over in the chat. Also included the Brotherhood of Heru Roundtable live stream, where the brothers sit down once a week discussing very vital, important, powerful information pertinent to our growth and development. Get over there, get a preview of the course, and become a member, become a brother today. Ring the alarm, kingseti.com, online marketplace, official General Sarah Soon Seti DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor accessories. For every room in the house, I got something for your family. I know you're going to like and love. Get over there, check out the catalog, get a discount, shop, and save. Save and shop. That's right. Pull the fire alarm. Did I get over there? Pull the fire alarm. GeneralSeti.com. SETI University, over 2,500 videos, 40 different subjects. All the subjects that you know and love, from the General Omeka, Voyages of the Nile, When Egypt Ruled the Earth, Nubia, Mother of Ancient Egypt, Black Babylon, African Origins of Mesopotamia, from Naga to Nigger, African Origins of the Hindu Kush, the Black Woman is God, the Making of the White Man, Freemasonry Exposed, Hip Hop Occult, and so many, many more amazing subjects. Not another website nowhere else on the planet that could compare or compete. Become a member today. And everybody knows SETI popping on Patreon. We got that fire. Let me get it in there. We got that fire. We got that Sun Wukong going down. Man, everything, and we're going to black it up. Everything is us. God damn it, everything is us. And so I want you to get on over there and check that out. The link is right there at the top of the chat. We getting down to the 72 powers of black chaos, and Sun Wukong is one of those chaos beings. And we're going to get off into that terminology because it means so much. But you're going to see why this chaos being was one of the most powerful entities throughout the universe, dealing with chaos. And we understand chaos to be black energy. You see, black energy. That's exactly what it is. So let's deal with it, family. Get over there, click that link, and become a patron today. And to all the family out there donated to the General, thank you. I appreciate you. Those would like to donate, the link is right there in the chat. Click it, and make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels. King Seti, General Seti, Sarah Soon Seti. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up. Like it because you love it. Share with your family and friends. And comment, comment, comment. Just don't say nothing stupid, because I will ban your ass. Now, they talking about a lot of ICE agents are quitting. They quitting in droves. It's getting down. It's coming out that they throwing them motherfuckers. They throwing them out there on them streets with a quota. And they got to meet this goddamn quota. You feel me? 3,000 damn deportees a day. You feel what I'm saying? And so, you know, when that mean, goddamn it, they press to get any motherfucker moving on the street. Any motherfucker, they running up on anybody. Motherfucker cutting lawns, the motherfucker out there painting, motherfucker washing cars, could be in the act of work, and they don't give a goddamn. Instead of, I understand. Listen, motherfuckers gotta go. You feel me? Got to go. But you know, I'm me personally, start with the violent. You understand what I'm saying? You know, start with the violent ones and shit. You know, get their ass up out of here first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? Get their ass up out. But they saying, goddamn it, goddamn it, you could be an old woman pushing a goddamn cart of tomatoes and you know and lettuces and shit. They don't give a goddamn. They got your ass. They jumping out on you if you selling goddamn fruit. You understand? You be out there with churros and shit. You might be out there selling churros and motherfucker. They whipping out the AK-47 on your ass. That's what they doing. And so you know, in a situation like that, you erratic. You erratic to meet the number. Really, you're erratic. And so you jumping out on motherfuckers, and that's how motherfuckers get hurt. You see what I'm saying? That's how motherfuckers get hurt. You know, you rushing in and erratic and people, you know, you after a while it just become you're tired, you start to slip, you start to do shit that you ain't supposed to be doing. And somebody, if they ain't already, motherfuckers gonna wind up hurt. You see? And then and again, you don't have a situation where you putting out yeah, there what they call them, yeah, churros. ain't that what they call them? Yeah, the motherfucker out there, you know, selling churros, and motherfucker jump out on them and crack them on the head with the baton. You feel me? Yeah, that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? They got to meet that goddamn quota. But motherfuckers is tired. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what? To put your life on the line like that where you got to jump out and shit. You know what I'm saying? Imagine you had to kick in doors like that. You know, and motherfuckers in there slanging and shit. And motherfuckers is going to shoot. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a percentage of motherfuckers that ain't going to want to go. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't fucking know who the fuck kicking that door, motherfuckers liable to open up fire. You feel what I'm saying? That's going to happen. Eventually, you going to hear some shit where somebody going to rush up on the wrong motherfucker and they going to do something. That's what it's going to, that's erratic, you know, erratic behavior out there like that. You know what I'm saying? And when motherfuckers get, you know, and they pressuring the community like that, yeah. He worked for ICE. Well, shit, you know, I mean, if that's his job, that's his job. But shit, you know, that got to be a stressful motherfucking job. You feel me? To be a, you know, you running up on any and everybody and shit, and that's your job. You can't dictate. You got a fucking quota. You got to meet the goddamn quota. Some motherfuckers got, you know, the motherfuckers you had to have a quota for writing tickets. So a motherfucker sit in a speed trap some goddamn where, which that's supposed to be illegal. Motherfucker sit there, man. It was one place in Detroit. This motherfucker would park his motherfucking car there all day. You understand what I'm saying? And sometimes if you ain't thinking, and and you don't, man, that motherfucker, man, they got so tired of that motherfucker, man. The mayor went off on that motherfucker because he was from the neighboring suburb. And so, you know, it's, you know, right there on, you know, where I stay at, it's about 2 or 3 fucking streets up to the next city. So this bitch motherfucker was, you know, it's one of them old, you know, at that time, old sundown ass town right next to the city. You go, you know, they'll catch, you know, they catch motherfuckers going back into Detroit. And before you, and they'll come across the you know, they'll come off past city limits. You know, they could do that if they own your ass. If they put the lights on you before you go across, they can come across and get you. You know what I'm saying? They ain't supposed to do it. And I remember the mayor got on their ass, said, y'all don't bring y'all motherfucking ass across that goddamn, you know, you gonna have to, you know, call it in. You know, they would chase a motherfucker all deep into goddamn Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Say, man, got to go. That's right. Got to go. You know what I'm saying? But goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't. If you're here illegal, and you right, they know if you're illegal, you got to go. If they whip up on you, they say, well, your paperwork, you ain't got the paperwork. Yeah, you gonna have to roll. You gonna have to pack it up. Get them goddamn, put them goddamn. You ain't even got to pack it up. We'll pack it up for you. Where you want these tomatoes? Where you want these motherfucking churros? Where you want these plantains? We gonna put all this shit in a bag for you. We gonna throw your ass on it, and we gonna take you on down there to the border. We gonna take you over there to Alligator Alcatraz. You gonna go on over there. I heard, and we gonna do a video. I heard they were swimming over there the other day. Say motherfucking Alcatraz, they flooded over there. Say motherfuckers was in their knees was knocking because they thought them alligators and them goddamn pythons was coming up in that motherfucker. Like, what was that Cube movie with the motherfucker, yeah, with the fucking python and shit come up in that motherfucker? You understand what I'm saying? Snatch up 3-4 motherfuckers. Roll on out. You understand? By the time they find that motherfucker, he be in the goddamn out there belly big as hell. You see about 3-4 lumps in that motherfucker body where motherfuckers all, you know, broke up and shit. And you understand? So yeah, they say it flooded over there. But anyway, we got some videos. Let's listen to it, family. Let's get this one up here.
ICE agents are quitting in droves. This is a real thing. Homeland Security can't even hide it. And some ICE agents are only still working there until they get their student loans forgiven. On top of that, when you Google ICE facility attack Texas, you'll see there was an ambush made on ICE agents because people are not only at a threshold, they are past it. But back to Adam Boyd, citing ICE is only chasing deportation quotas. When did that become apparent to you, Adam? Was it when Kristi Noem set the quota at 3,000 deportations a day? Was it when ICE began pulling up to people while getting surgery to deport them? Was it when ICE began deporting people with no criminal record? Or was it when ICE began arresting people at their check-in for their green card? Officers and agents have spent much of the past 5 months clocking weekends and waking up at 4 a.m. for pre-dawn raids. Their top leaders have been ousted or demoted, and their supervisors themselves under threat of being fired or pressuring them to make more and more arrests to meet quotas set by Trump and advisor Stephen Miller. Sad day. But we may be entirely missing the point that their ICE agents' conditions were perceivably comfortable up until now, but once the public began calling them out as cowards with masks for fear they'd be doxxed and experience the modicum of the treatment they doled.
Let me say this, and you know what? It's only right. It's only right. If you're here legal, it is what it is. You see what I'm saying? But understand, when you got an operation now, that's just like, you know, motherfucker go over there to Iraq and you going from door to door to door. You understand? And you in an erratic state, you got motherfuckers running over the city like, you know, I mean, goddamn. You see what I'm saying? It's like you in a war zone. If you got a quota like that, and you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, it makes the whole fucking city hot. It ain't like you got a list of motherfuckers and shit. You say, oh, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go here. I mean, you jumping out on the street. You jumping out wherever it is now. But at the end of the day, it is. And see, motherfuckers want to cry. If you ain't got no goddamn paperwork, what you doing here? I mean, real talk. What you doing here? You can't go down to the DMV and get no goddamn no license, no state ID. You can't get no passport. You see, and a lot of shit you need documentation to even fucking operate in the country. You know, see, the thing is, hear me out. It was illegal for them to come in here. Period. Okay. Nah, you could say, oh well, they snatching them. They could have just bust your motherfucking head if they caught you coming in. Who gonna say something? They was breaking in the motherfucking country. I caught him right there, and motherfucker, and I bust his motherfucking head. Okay, what y'all want to hear? Y'all want to hear the story like that? I mean, but I understand with a quota like 3,000, you pressing motherfuckers. Motherfucker can't even go to sleep. Motherfucker got to get up and you hunting, motherfucker. You hunting. You hunting. This is what you're doing. And certainly, I mean, I could understand after a period of time, unless you a sick motherfucker, that got to play on your consciousness. Whether it's right or is one thing, but y'all trying to undo 20, 30 fucking years of letting them in, and you trying to get them out in 6 months. But it took them 20 years to get, that number in here. So y'all gonna try to get them out in 6 months. That could be, that could be crushing to a motherfucker's, stable, a mentality. You see what I'm saying? To have a stable mental, and you got to get up every day, and you got to chase motherfuckers, this, that, and the third. I'm not into that shit. They shouldn't have never let them in here, and so now that they didn't, but still, at the end of the day, well, you think three a day? Shit, that's what? That, I mean, not really. I mean, yeah, if you add it up in a year's time, shit, I don't know. Let me see. It depends on how many they trying to get out of here. How many and how many. I'm quite sure they don't expect to do it all in the first year, but they trying to get a hell of a number. You see, so I mean, if you do 3,000 a day, you gonna put out, you're gonna put out a million, 95,000. That's a lot of motherfuckers. So 3,000 a day is, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's even if it's across the country, which I mean, 300, and that ain't really, if it's across the country, you know what I'm saying? But that's still an escalated number. You see? Even the league. That's right. Yeah, of course. Of course. Because they ain't, you know what I'm saying? And mostly because, it's going to hurt even the goddamn Neanderthal, the ones that got crumbs. It's going to, that's your MAGA. You see what I'm saying? That's why they over there crying. That's your MAGA. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's going to most definitely hurt us because they eating. They eating. And then when we get ready, and we need, and motherfuckers cutting off all the insurance, they cutting off this, that, and the third. Why? Because it's look who out there. Look who getting it. Look who getting it. Look who eating on the pot. Look who got their fucking hand in the pot. You feel what I'm saying? Man, they got to go. JD, you say 40? Shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit, that you be putting motherfuckers out. You're going to have to put more than 3,000 out. You're going to have to put more than 3,000 a day. You're going to have to, yeah. Yeah, you're going to have to put more than that up. But anyway, that's an astounding number with their motherfucking hand in the pot. I've heard shit like that too. I ain't heard 40. I done heard somewhere around 20. You see, I done heard somewhere around 20, but I ain't heard. And if the country allowed that shit, you would know. I mean, they know. They been knew this shit. Ain't no way you gonna have no 20 million illegal immigrants in this bitch and not know it. Because too many of motherfuckers will be showing up without identification. How you gonna drive, nigga? How the fuck you gonna drive? You can't drive. You can't go down there and get no driver's license. So how the fuck is you driving? And then they killing people on the road, ain't got no license. Motherfuckers drinking and driving, killing people's on the goddamn road, and then get out. What kind of shit is that? Hold up, family. Let's play this one out.
Out. Now they're uncomfortable. They were comfortable treating people like this. They were comfortable breaking up families. They were comfortable doing all.
If you illegal, I don't give a fuck. Don't come here and put yourself in a predicament that motherfuckers got to respect and you illegal. Okay? I don't give a fuck about none of that. If you illegal, don't nobody got to respect a motherfucking thing. Real talk. They don't. And they don't. They don't. What they got to respect? You know, you come in, you break the motherfucking law, and then somebody got to respect how they, you know, please, some motherfuckers shoot on the spot. You break it, you come, I tell you what, go to Korea. Go to Korea and go and try to cross over into North Korea and see what they do. Yeah, they got orders to motherfucker pop motherfuckers on the spot. Pop them. You feel what I'm saying? That's how it's going. That one brother went over there. I don't know if he got back yet. And maybe he did, but goddamn, he went over there and crossed that goddamn, and they locked his motherfucking ass up. I don't know if he back yet. You see? Yeah, killing people and going back to their country with no consequences. Ain't that a bitch? You don't get no goddamn, let's keep this shit moving. You don't get no special treatment.
All the horrible things that they were doing up until now when they were pointed out for doing. Now we're finding out who is behind the masks of the ICE agents are just a bunch of county correctional officers who have been deputized. And apparently, according to Adam Boyd, people who want loan forgiveness. Think about that. Would you be willing to break up families, do all these horrible things so your student loans could be forgiven?
I mean, what the fuck? Y'all, man, some of these motherfuckers is simple. You don't get an opportunity to come over here and eat off the cake, motherfucker, if you're not. These motherfuckers is ridiculous. Let's hear what this sister got to say.
ICE agents are quitting their jobs now. They feel like, why are they arresting people that don't even have criminal records? And they came out and said that basically
if you in here without any documentation, if you in here, you are a criminal. What the fuck are you talking about? Am I wrong? Is it maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. If anybody out there, if I'm wrong, could somebody correct me talking about they ain't arresting somebody with a criminal record? If you ain't got no documentation, you an illegal immigrant, an undocumented migrant. You ain't got no documents. You're not a citizen. You don't have no birth certificate. You don't got no license. You was not born here. You a criminal. You done broke into the motherfucking country. Am I missing something? Or am I wrong? Twins, am I wrong? Oh, okay, I just want, man, correct me. Yeah, correct big bro. Tell me if I'm wrong. Somebody out there tell me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. God damn it. Right now, tell me, say, Seti, you wrong. This is what it is. If you break in this motherfucker, if you ain't got no citizenship, you ain't got no documents to say you a citizen, you are a criminal because you done came across that goddamn border, which is illegal. Am I right? Or am I wrong? I don't understand what a legal immigrant is. Either you're a citizen, I mean, the terminology got me fucked up. Legal immigrant. I don't know what a legal immigrant is. Is you a citizen? Okay. Okay, good. Thank you, Twin. I just want to know. That's all I want. That's all I want to know. Do you got citizenship? Well, I don't want all that other terminology and shit. Is that they done gave you, you know, if they give you a visa, thank you, family. They give you a visa. Thank you, family. Said Scott was doing some of these kids and they snatched him before he could escape. That's sweet. Illegal. They should have bust his head. They should have bust his head. You feel me? I hope they did. Don't let him go back. Let him, you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Lock it. I mean, they take their ass to El Salvador. You understand what I'm saying? Shit. You know, doing shit like that. No way you should be able to harm somebody's children and just get away scot-free. Fuck no. You do this shit to anybody else, man. They put you on the firing squad. You go over to China and do something to some of their babies, man. They putting your motherfucking ass on the firing squad. You gonna get that work. You gonna get that work, family. Straight up. So I ain't got no mercy because it is what it is. It's right. You see motherfuckers over here cutting shit and this, that, and the third. And then, so what the little that's left, what the fuck, they gonna cut, they got this big stinking ass bill, big ugly ass bill they just passed, cutting all this shit off. And then you got all these motherfucking migrants over here. And really, and that's the reason, one of the reasons why because they ain't gonna feed all these motherfuckers. You understand what I'm saying? They ain't gonna feed all these motherfuckers. They just everywhere. Motherfuckers getting all type of handout and shit and this, that. Get y'all ass up out of here. Got to do it. Illegal immigrants got to go. You broke into the country, you got to go. You see? That's right. That's right, JD. You said you hit that shit right on the head, brother. All immigration. The larger the number get, especially they coming from somewhere else, the Neanderthals that was over here, they already illegal. But then they invite all their European cousins and shit to come over here and stack up. Yes. And then they get on top of you. Yeah, and then they get on top of your head and shit and get their hand in the cookie jar. And you can't get no cookies. Fuck that. We got to do what we got to do. You understand what I'm saying? We got to do what we got to do. It's time for us to stand on all 10 out here, family. We got some more. I ain't got that much time. You illegal. You know how I hit the hammer. When the motherfucking judge hit the gavel, guilty. That's how I'm a motherfucker. I'm Supreme Court judge. Guilty. You see, got to go. Yep, Europeans too. Go. Bye. See ya. Get back on across the pond, what they call the pond. Get on across the pond. Get on back to your homeland. Got to go. Yeah. Yeah, I heard that they was giving debit card. They need to get her up out of there. But see, they in there. So that's who put her in there. Yeah, because they pandering to them. That's all it is. They pandering to them motherfuckers. And so they vote for them, you understand, because they pandering. So she know who her constituents is, and so she gonna give them, you understand, so they can, and vote, and they need to go in there and make sure, goddamn it, they put something in there, you understand, where you got to have some goddamn ID. You can't even goddamn vote. You got to be a citizen, but it's probably still enough of them with some damn ID that probably could put them in there. But anyway, family, don't go nowhere, man. Hit that subscribe button. I'll be right back. Arm yourself with knowledge. Hear me out and hit that Patreon. We got that Sun Wukong, the 72 transformations of black chaos. I want you in the house, family. We're gonna break it down. You'll never be the same when I do, too. Hit that subscribe button. I'll be right back. Arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation, black power.